Yeah, it's top 10 Pokemon Finger Puppets time. I adore my Pokemon Finger Puppets. That, of course, I find at Planet Fun, and up until recently I did no research on because I wanted that surprise in my life. But the whole reason why I do Pokemon contents on this channel at all was because when I first started collecting these Finger Puppets, I wanted to share them online in the video forms. Thing is, usually on these top 10 lists, I always just say like, oh, here's the collection, I'm giving it to all the Finger Puppets. But this year I'm actually going to try to say what individual puppets I really enjoyed the most. These are all guys that almost made it, but for some reason they just didn't quite click as hard as some of these other characters did. What I will say is that I still adore this line, even if it's been a while since we've done a proper review of them, and I'm planning on rectifying that eventually, but give it some time. Alongside that, the rolling rule is these guys did not have to come out in 2023, I just had to buy them in 2023. And with all that said, let's get into our top 10 Finger Puppets. So here's the thing I didn't know. I wasn't aware that the Finger Puppet line did the human anime characters, but here is Officer Jenny, and it's really funny. If I were to compare this to one of the newer Finger Puppets, right? These guys are a lot more rubbery, material's different, but these guys are hard plastic. Listen to this. They're very tough, very dense, but I really do like the style. I think that's a good chibi version of Officer Jenny, and, well, I'm always going to have a soft spot for the original anime characters. So much so that they are going to dominate this list. Yeah, I kind of got all these guys in one fell swoop, so they are going to be popping up a bit on this list. Next up is Professor Oak, looking just spectacular. I really like how they captured Professor Oak here. Of course, what would the anime be without Ash Ketchum? This is probably the best condition out of any of these I got, and look at all the paint they gave him. They captured all the designs perfectly. I really enjoyed this. When were these made? 1996? Is that what that says? One sec. 1998. So these guys are a year older than I am. But my word, what great little puppets. Yeah, it's not stopping anytime soon. Next up on the list is Brock with a little spoon. Oh, I love Brock with a little spoon. Just barely missing out on the top 5 is Misty. A good little version of Misty. And with Brock and Ash together, a wonderful way to show off the original 3 main protagonists of Pokemon. Oh, there we go. A little bit more center frame now. But with that, we can now get into the top 5 of the year for me. Yeah, this one's just adorable. It's Yamper and Eevee napping together. Look at this. It's too cute. It's actually too cute. It's disgustingly cute. I adore everything about this puppet. But hey, that's enough about Pokemon in this Pokemon list. Number 4 goes back to being a human. It's Raihan. I'll be honest. Gen 8 might have my favorite collection of gym leaders. They all had such great personalities and I loved interacting with them. Raihan was a standout. He is one of my favorites ever. I really adored him and his general vibe. And I liked his little story bit with Leon. I wish we could have seen, more dialogue between the two of them. But this Raihan puppet is just class. And you can see, in the years since, a lot has changed with how the Finger Puppets depict humans. I kind of prefer the original style where they looked more like their actual versions. But this one definitely fits in better with the Finger Puppets. Top 3 time, and yeah, we're giving it to Leon in top 3. Look at this puppet. It perfectly captures his design. They even remembered to put the sponsorships on the cape. It's just too good. And other than Pokemon Scale World, it's probably the only figure of Leon we're ever going to get, which is a shame because he's my second favorite champion in all of Pokemon. But who's my first favorite champion? Oh yeah, it's Cynthia, accompanied with a Garchomp. I got both these guys this year, and I'm saying they count as one entry, because my list, forget you. This Cynthia is very good. I think they capture the design, maybe not quite as well as how they captured Leon, but also it's Cynthia, so, it's nice to have a Cynthia. And then the Garchomp. I mean, Garchomp's just the best, isn't he? Like I've said it before, Garchomp might be my favorite Pokemon, and I really enjoy this Finger Puppet of him. The two of them together very well could have been the number 1 Finger Puppets of the year for me, but there's one duo that I couldn't place below them. Number 1 had to be Jessie and James, back to the original style of human Finger Puppets, and Jessie does look a little bit weird with the eyes, but that James in particular, Look at him, he's perfection. I love the rose, I love the look, everything for my favorite character in Pokemon. And then Jessie is there too. Jessie's still very good, but I'll be honest, the only reason they're at number 1 is because James is such a great finger puppet. So they get to be my collective number 1, and what do you know, at long last, Team Rocket has finally won something. It was a very good year for finger puppets, and as 2023 draws to a close, I can't wait to find even more of these guys somewhere, squirreled away in corners of the internet. I adore my Pokemon finger puppets, and I really enjoy being able to finally do a dedicated top 10 list for them. Now, the horrifying thing would be to do a top 10 of all time, considering I think I'm sitting around number 400 in terms of how many finger puppets I have.